Before I introduce Detective Constable Matt Pinfold, I just want to take a second. As the unit commander of sex crimes for the Toronto Police, I'm incredibly proud of the work that Matt and his team have done in effecting a quick arrest of this gentleman. But more importantly, I'm incredibly proud of the work done by the citizens of this city in helping us get there. Matt will give you details, but you'll see that without their help, without them participating at the level that they did, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Inspector. Good morning. Thank you for coming into Toronto Police Headquarters today. I'm Detective Constable Matthew Pinfold of the Toronto Police Sex Crimes. And I'm here today to advise the public of an arrest that's been made in a sexual assault investigation. It's alleged that on Monday, September 12th, at approximately 8 in the morning, a 15-year-old female was in the area of Yonge and Eglinton, and a male approached her and sexually assaulted her. On Friday, September 16th, again at 8 o'clock in the morning, the same 15-year-old female was in the area of Yonge and Eglinton, out front of the TTC subway, and this same male sexually assaulted her. Later the same day, again on Friday, September 16th, at approximately 12:30 in the afternoon, a 14-year-old female was in the food court at the Yonge and Eglinton Center. A male approached her, targeted her, and sexually assaulted her. Again on Friday, September 16th, this time at approximately 8:30 in the evening at the Yonge and Bloor subway station, a 16-year-old female was walking in the station, and a male approached her, again targeted her, and sexually assaulted her. This male was captured on video surveillance. We were able to track him backwards to a local business in the area of Yonge and Eglinton. We sought some judicial authorization and ultimately identified him. On September 25th, Francois Lesieur, Lesieur, depicted here on the screen, 32 years of Toronto, was arrested and charged with 4 counts of sexual assault. Based on Mr. Lesueur's behavior and observations that we made in the video surveillance, we are concerned that there may be other victims. I asked those victims to contact us at Toronto Police Sex Crimes at 416-808-7474. And again, I'd just like to reiterate, as the inspector said, members of the public, our community members, policing partners, members of the media, assisted us in this investigation. Information we received from them and through Crime Stoppers, we were able to identify Mr. Lesieur as the person responsible of targeting these teenage girls and committing these sexual assaults. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank officers and investigators from 14, 52, and 53 Division for assisting us. There is a publication ban before the courts. I will try and answer as many questions as possible if I'm able to.
Can you tell us more about this business that he was tracked back to? Is that his place of work?
I can say that it is not his place of work, and unfortunately I'm only able to tell you that it is a business in the area of Yonge and Eglinton.
Can you say what he was doing there? Like, was it surveillance cameras along the way that you tracked him to?
It was surveillance cameras. We were able to track him backwards after he committed one of the sexual assaults, alleged to have committed one of the sexual assaults, that we were able to track him back to this business, but I can't say the name of the business, no.
Jim?
I'm not going to say.
Or was he there for like leisure reasons, or does he live in the area? Or?
He was there over the lunch hours is what I'm able to say.
Can you just talk about the time of the assaults and the time of the arrest has been fairly quickly. It's been only a couple of weeks. And you guys talked a lot about people coming forward to help out with information. Can you just talk about how you guys caught him? I mean, like specifically maybe like how you came with information and that kind of stuff.
Yes, so you may be aware, on Sunday, September 18th, 14 Division and 53 Division disseminated some media releases. They depicted a male wearing a pink dress shirt, and the male wearing a red polo shirt. Based on those media releases, we had tips and information coming in from the public. Obviously, someone knew who this person was and recognized him and gave that information to us.
You're looking for other victims. Now, at this age, some of these victims are still coming to grips with what constitutes a sexual assault. So if you're looking for other victims, if they think back and think, oh, I was touched here, what kinds of things should they be thinking about maybe happened to them that maybe constitutes an assault in your eyes and the law's eyes?
On every media release that Sex Crimes puts out, we detail on the bottom what a sexual assault actually is. These could be any forms of contact of a sexual nature, be it kissing, grabbing, groping, up to and including penetration.
So what specifically did he do? Did he approach them from behind? Did he start a conversation with them? Did he grope them?
I'm not going to discuss the nature of the sexual assault. I can tell you that the victims did not sustain any physical injuries as a result. But again, because this matter is before the courts, I'm not going to discuss the actual nature of it, no.
Were the victims in big groups before, or when you said they targeted, even though targeted, was he standing in a large group, say at a bus stop or whatever, and would maybe commit his crime? Or were they isolated where he would corner them somehow, and would they know they were being assaulted at the time kind of thing? Or was it just sort of a random passing by? Or
From what I was able to view on the video surveillance and the way Mr. Lesieur operates, the areas are heavy with pedestrian traffic at the time. Again, we're concerned that there may be other victims. If you believe you're a victim of an assault of Mr. Lesieur, I ask that you contact us at Sex Crimes.
You said that when you had traced him back to this business, you're young in Eglinton, you got judicial authorization. What do you mean by that? Did you get a warrant to get information on somebody that was connected to this business and to go in and basically say you need to tell me who this person is? Or what did you mean by that judicial authorization?
What I'm willing to say is simply that judicial authorization. Again, I can't speak to the specifics of the investigation or the details, but I can tell you judicial authorization.
So what broke the case open? Was it that, or was it the tips from the public that flooded in after the news releases saying who this guy was?
It was both. This is a great example of the community and the police working together to find someone and locate someone and ultimately hold them responsible.
Was this person known to police before this investigation?
No, he was not.
When you talk about there being potentially other victims, how far back are we looking? I mean, because most of the assaults you mentioned happened fairly recently, but I mean, should people be thinking about the last few months, last year? I mean, what kind of timeline are we talking about?
If you believe you're the victim of sexual assault, albeit by Mr. Lesieur or someone else, I urge you to contact us at Sex Crimes. Again, 416-808-7474 is the number.
What is his occupation?
Mr. Lesieur is a Toronto-based lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yes.
what's his field of practice?
I can't discuss that.
Was he held for a bail hearing?
A bail hearing was conducted, and I can safely say that Mr. Lesieur is before the courts. His next court date will be November 3rd at Old City Hall.
So he's out of custody right now?
I can't discuss the details of that.
That would be under a publication ban though, if he was released on bail.
That would be information you'd be able to
Well,
obtain.
maybe we can call the court.
Was it just coincidence that this 15-year-old girl was sexually assaulted twice allegedly?
I don't believe it was a coincidence, no. I believe that Mr. Lesieur targeted her. Yes.
Just in terms of where the investigation has gone, is there reason to believe that he just did this sort of in the last few weeks, or is there reason to believe that he may have done it for several months or a year or longer than that?
The only evidence I have to suggest is the allegations that I have before you.
That concludes today's conference. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.